Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dave, the Taco Trainer. Video number 2, show number 2, take number 2. I don't know, whatever you call it. I watched the introductory video, and I think I shot that probably about 10 times, and I hated it probably 10 times. And so I've come to one incontrovertible fact about that no matter how many times I shoot a video, I'm gonna hate it. So, gotta move on. It is what it is. Hope you guys cringed your way through like I did and received some benefit from it. So this is this video is having to do with preparing yourself here before you get in the gym, wherever that is, to train. Without the mind being straight, nothing else is gonna be straight. And that's why so many people have such a difficult time being consistent in the gym, because they don't understand what's involved in training and in building muscle. It requires a lot of sacrifice. Like I'll talk about, there's a fair amount of discomfort and pain that they're not ready for. And so they inevitably will drop out and have a difficult time returning. So we want to try to address that and help you avoid that problem by getting your mind right before you get your body right. There's basically 3 things that you have to go into the gym understanding. And that is, you have to be disciplined, you've got to be consistent, and you've got to work hard. And for a lot of people, they'll fall apart in one of those 3 things. And since they're pretty much those three are connected together, if one fails, then inevitably the rest of them will fail. When it comes to consistency, which I think is the big part of training and making gains and accomplishing your goals. If you're not in the gym, which goes without saying, then of course you're going to have a hard time achieving those goals. So you've got to be in the gym. You've got to make an effort to get there. You've got to build a habit of consistency in your life and in building muscle, or in getting the gym, or nothing will ever happen. Of all the people I've talked to, just out and about, here at my front door, inevitably, a lot of the times it will work around to, what do I do in the gym, to get jacked, or whatever they say. I'll give them a couple of bullet points of what I do, but it inevitably will come back around to one solitary reason why they haven't been able to achieve what they want, and that is staying in the gym. It's not getting in the gym, there's a lot of those too, but it's staying there. The number one reason why people don't stay there, well, that can actually boil down to several reasons, and we'll talk about that at the end. But there is really just one reason why people really struggle in all of these areas. We'll hit that at the end. But I've often said that you have to build consistency over a 2-year period before it becomes a way of life. It's not something you really have to think about anymore. It's something that it's part of who you are. You don't have to think about getting to the gym. You just get there because it's something you've done for so long, like getting up, going to work, getting groceries, getting gas, whatever you do, that's routine. It's a part of your life, and so you've done that for so long, you don't have to think about it. Well, training has to become like that. And so you got to build that habit of consistency, and it takes a while. So you've got to make training, going to the gym, a priority, and then schedule that into the rest of your priorities. And whatever it is, whatever time that is, you got to get there. You got to be there without excuse. If you don't, then you're going to have a hard time achieving whatever goals you've set for yourself. So consistency all the time, lack thereof, number one reason why people struggle in achieving anything in the gym. Of course, and then discipline goes right along, hand over fist, right there with that, is that you've got to be disciplined to get there. And this has everything to do with feelings. How many times have a lot of us just not felt like going to the gym, so we don't go to the gym? Well, there's plenty of times where you're just not going to feel like you want to go do what's going to be necessary to build muscle. And it's hard, it's difficult. And that's where the feelings element can take over. because it's a lot more pleasant to stay home, kick back, take it easy, than go to the gym. And so the discipline of the mind to get there in spite of your feelings and overcoming them, because you know it's the right thing to do, you know that it's one more day of hard work that is checked off the list in achieving your goals. And so you want to be able to be consistent and be disciplined if you're going to achieve what you've set out for yourself to achieve in building muscle, in nutrition, and really in anything having to do with fitness. And then finally, you've got to work hard. And this is what I've seen is probably the most glaring thing that I've watched in people, in gyms, just in general, that people have the hardest time understanding what it means to work hard in a gym. I could tell people, well, you got to work hard, and then I could go watch them, and then their conception of working hard is not the same as what my idea of working hard would be. Just to give you an example of what I mean, when you do a set, a rep, the goal is exactly what the opposite would be that you would naturally seek out. Because when we build muscle, when you're going to the gym and your goal is to build strong, lean muscle, there is a fair amount of pain involved. And there's a fair amount of discomfort involved, and you have to understand that going in. So you've got to work hard enough that is going to bring that pain and therefore bring you the results. So what I mean is, we almost have to work against who we are naturally in order to build muscle. So by nature, we don't seek out pain, we don't seek out discomfort, we don't seek out tension, stress. We don't want any of that. We want to stay away from that, and we want pleasure, we want ease, we want comfort, we want all those things. And so in training and in building muscle, you are seeking the exact opposite. You're seeking out pain. And once you find pain, the question becomes, how long are you willing to stay there in order to achieve the results that you want? Because once you get to the point where it starts to hurt, that's not a license to put it down, even though the pain receptors in your brain are telling you that's what you should do. Your body can handle a lot more than what your brain is telling it. When you feel like, okay, it's time to put it down, are you willing to push at that point? Because that's the point at which the magic really happens. When you get to pain, can you push? Can you dig deep and gut out another 2 to 3 to 4 or 5 reps, when normally you would put it down? Those extra reps right there make all the difference in whether or not you're going to see the results that you want. You got to be willing to work that hard. That's what it means to work hard in the gym. But so many people have a set rep count. So many people are doing their 3 sets of 10. And then after doing their 3 sets of 10, when it's obvious, when they get to the rep number 10, they have plenty of more in the tank. The weight goes down, they put it down, they're on their phone for another 3 to 5 minutes before they do another set of 10. Well, that's pretty much wasting time. If you're not really going to the point of failure and seeking ways to go then beyond failure, what are you doing in the gym? Every rep to get you to the pain zone is all preparatory. And so to prepare you to get you to the point where you need to be, and then once you get there, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to bow out, quit, put the weight down, or are you going to push yourself to get through another 5, even if it's just a couple of reps more? It makes all the difference in gaining muscle. And so that's what it means to work hard. We are weird and unique and really odd people when it comes to training and building muscle, because we're actually seeking the pain. We're seeking the tension, muscle tension, tension, and more tension, which brings on pain. And then once we get to the pain, we want to stay in that pain zone as long as we can. That's almost psychotic. It's just weird. It's disturbing almost. But if you're going to build muscle, you got to be the most disturbing person in the gym if you're going to see the greatest results. And if you can get there, you're going to have success. For most people, they don't get there. They stop way short of that, and they call it hard work, but it isn't. So keep that in mind when you go to the gym. Be consistent, be disciplined, and get to work. And if you're willing to put that work in, you're going to see the kind of gains that you want. And so if you're going to train with me, even if it's just one element of what I say or one element of what I do, it's going to bring you to that point. And if you can take that little element of what I do and put it into your own training program and you can see gains from that, then fantastic. But you have to be willing to work hard. And most people just flat out, unfortunately, aren't willing to work hard. And it's a lot of the reasons for the inconsistency. They realize what's involved in building muscle. There's a lot of pain involved. And for a lot of beginners, when they start programs, the novelty keeps them going. It keeps them excited for a while. But once the novelty wears off, the only thing that is left is the knowledge of what's coming in that workout, if the workout is worth its salt. It's going to bring a lot of pain. You know that what kind of discomfort is coming, what kind of stress on the body is going to be coming because of that workout that you're going to be doing. So once the novelty of a program wears off, the only thing you're left with is the discomfort of it all, is the pain of it all. And then it's at that point that you're going to have to be disciplined, strong, not in body, but in mind, to get to the gym, to push through and to keep going. For me, guys, I've been doing this for so long that the novelty of working out and the feelings that come along with it have disappeared long, long ago. Very rarely do I feel like going to the gym because I know through all the movements and the different training techniques that I've been involved with over the years and all that has gone into what I do now. I know the kind of stress my body's going to go through every single workout, regardless of what body part I'm working. And it's horrifying. It's difficult. I push and push and push because at 54 years old, I pushed myself a lot harder than I did when I was 24 years old because I think that's necessary. And that's a whole other topic that we'll talk about. But you got to work hard and you got to be willing to put that work in. If you are, then you'll see the kind of results that you want. Having said all that, there's one final, well, there's actually a couple things, but the big question you've got to answer, and that's going to keep you going through the pain, and be consistent. Going to the gym, keeping you going, day in, day out, week in, week out, month after month, year after year, is by answering one question. Why are you doing this? What is the point of you doing what you're doing? You know, well, I want to get jacked. Well, I want to get in good shape. I want to look good at the beach. Whatever it is. Okay, great. But why do you want to do that? Why do you want to train? The answer to the why question is going to be the reason you stay in the gym. It's going to be the thing that keeps you going when you don't feel like it, when you want to go to the gym. It's that why question. So think about why it is that you want to start training. Because there's got to be a lot more than I just want to look jacked. That is a superficial reason. You got to get deeper than that and ask yourself, well, why do you want to get jacked? Why do you want to look good? There's got to be a really good, solid, foundational reason for why you want to do it. Then, and only then, will you be able to push through and continue on in the gym when things are difficult and hard like they're going to get, and then achieve the goals that you've set for yourself. Now, last point. And I believe this is very important, and it's something I strongly, strongly believe in. While I think that training is absolutely an important part of life, can be, to keep us fit, to keep us going, keep us strong, nutrition as well, it is absolutely not the most important thing in life. And I can't stress that more. It's because I think sometimes we in the fitness industry, we can project to others that just are having a problem getting to the gym because of their schedule that, you know, you're less than you could be, you know, and you should get to the gym. You shouldn't be involved in a program. You should be involved in some fitness, whatever, to get yourself in shape. And be a little bit condescending and get people feeling guilty, almost guilting them in to training. And I think that is absolute garbage. For a lot of people, the reason they're not getting in the gym is not because they like discipline or hard work or any of that. It's because they're disciplined, they're hard work, and they're consistent in doing one of the most important things in life, and that's taking care of the family. You might, we got a mom and dad, a full boat of kids. Kids are involved in all these different things in school, mom and dad at work, coming home, getting the kids from school, getting them dinner, and getting everything squared away. By the time they're done with all of it, the only thing they have energy left to do is to lay out in bed, and that's it. That's all you've got left. To make you feel guilty that that's not enough to get you strong and to get you healthy is rubbish. If your family, mom and dad, involved in that, that's enough. You don't need to be doing more. You don't need to be feeling guilty that, oh, well, never going to get in shape if I don't do more. Well, that depends on the individual. If you have the desire, sure, we're here for that. But you shouldn't feel guilty that doing all of that is not enough. It is enough. Yes, I do believe it is important to move. The body has to move. It's like a machine. If you don't run a machine long enough, then it kind of tends to rust over and not function properly. The same with you physically. If you don't work the body and move the body, then of course the body's going to break down. You're not going to be able to use it like you want to, especially later on in years. But moving could be simply relegated to what you do on the job, because you have a very physical job like I did for many years. And that could be, all the workout you need. Or it could be simply relegated to taking a stroll with the family on the weekends, to keep yourself moving, to keep yourself going. That's good enough. That's fine. You don't need to feel guilty that, okay, I got to do more. You don't need to do more. Family obligations, taking care of the family is a full-time job. To think that you've got to add something else to all that you're doing to make yourself feel better or to make others feel better, or just because you feel guilty that you aren't doing more, is ridiculous. So I just want to get that out there. Guys, I sometimes think that there's that element that is missing. Flies, shit. That we project that on you, and it's rubbish. You shouldn't ever feel like that. Having said that, of course, if you want to do more and you're ready to be involved in some sort of a program or weightlifting, whatever it is, and you want to do a little bit more to gain a little bit more muscle, be a little bit more fit, then of course, we're here for that. I can help with that. And it doesn't have to be very long. 5, 10 minutes. 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. If you want to devote 20 minutes, if you want to devote 10 minutes, it can be 5 in the morning, 5 in the evening, and certainly you can achieve results and gain muscle just in that short period of time, which might be a lot more manageable for you. So I will say that if you're willing to do that, and I can help you with that, you have to be willing to understand one thing. When you bring down the duration of something, especially training, the intensity is going to be ramped up. Right? It's going to get a lot more intense because the time that you have is not a lot. So if you're going to talk about 5 minutes, you got to give me the best that you've got in 5 minutes. It means you've got to go balls to the wall for 5 minutes. And it's a difficult way to train, but a very effective way to train if that's all you've got. And I think, like I said, that's more manageable for people. But what's not understood, even in training that way, even though it's such a short duration, is the amount of intensity you've got to bring. You've got to go all out. The moment you start, for those 5 minutes, everything you've got. And that's not what we're used to. We're used to building up to maximum intensity, not shooting out of the gate with maximum intensity. But when you only got 5 minutes, you've got to bring that kind of effort. And if you're willing to do that, you can get results in a very short amount of time, which might be more manageable working into the schedule that you have, if that's what you want to do. But like I said, if it's not, and you have a family and you're taking care of family, do not worry about this other stuff. Yes, move the body in ways that I said. It can be very, very easy. Just taking strolls, taking walks, keeping things going. Of course, we need to eat better, especially, like I said, the further we get on in age, the more important it is to have that nutrition on point. So I hope, guys, that helps and encourages you. Those of you who feel guilty because oh my gosh, you haven't done more. All you're doing is taking care of your family. I mean, how horrible. Take care of the family, right? Take care of the family. Working hard to do that. All you need to do. Don't need to do anymore. And if you do decide, then hey, we're here. I can help with that. I'll go over some of the ways in which you can break down 5 minutes morning, at night, and achieve results. So hope that's encouraging for you guys, informative. Till next time, I'm not sure if we're gonna be in the kitchen, probably shoot one more video. We're gonna be right here in the gym. Okay, show you what I do, a pretty quick chest workout with bands, and get you going that way. Very simple, but very effective. All right, guys, till next time, stay consistent, stay strong, and go tear it up in the gym. All right, have a good night.